Hi guys. Sorry about that. Welcome to Fully Painted Miniatures, FPM. This is my Aeons End series, and I'm going up against Crooked Mask on Expert difficulty. This is going to be my second attempt. First attempt didn't go too badly. I just went with the same setup that I used to defeat Prince of Gluttons. But basically what Crooked Mask does is he uses a separate deck of corruption cards, and he ends up adding them to your deck. And then when he unleashes, he makes you shuffle your discard pile into your deck, so your cards get all jumbled up. And each time you pull one of those cards, it has an effect that damages you, hurts you. It also has an effect that benefits you. So there is some strategy into deciding how those play out. And on expert difficulty, instead of those cards going back into the corruption deck after they activate, they stay with your mages. So you can't get rid of them. You can just pick which mage they end up going to. So I ended up changing things up quite a bit from the previous game. I changed both the mages and I think 6 of the 9 store cards. So this time we're going with Brahma. She's the Breach Mage Elder, and her special ability allows you to heal either player. Hey, play nice, you two. Heal either player for 4 life. And her unique card is Buried Light. It deals 1 damage and generates a power on cast. Kadir, her unique card is Emerald Shard. You can discard it to gain a life, or you can use it to gain a power. So these are the 2 mages that can both heal. Kadir also has some good offensive ability with Otherworldly Gate, which lets you take 3 spells from your discard pile, put them in your hand, and then you can play 2 spells each to each breach. Just hold on 1 second. What are you guys fighting over? None of that? None of that. Messing up the bed. What are you doing? You know better. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, kiss. I know. They're good babies. They just get worked up. All right. And then for our cards. So this is one of the ones we kept. This is Jade. It's a 2-cost, 2 power or 2 Aether generating gem. We also kept Sifter's Pearl, which is a 3-cost, 2 Aether generating gem. It allows you to reveal the top card of your deck and then discard it if you choose. This is one of the only ways to get rid of corruptions. So if you reveal a corruption, you can just kind of discard it. So you kind of want all of those if I can get them. Then we took Searing Ruby. Generates 2 power, 3 power towards a spell. 3 Aether, sorry. Trying to get the terminology right. And then I took Unstable Prism. Play a gem in hand twice and destroy it, or gain 2 Aether. As well as Focusing Orb. Focus any player's breach. Destroy this. Grateful gains 3 life. And then I took Spectral Echo. Gain 2 damage. You may destroy a card in your hand. Amplified Vision. Focus your closed breach with the lowest focus cost. It's 4 costs. Deal 2 damage. It does 3 damage if all your breaches are open. Essence Theft deals 3 damage. You may discard a card to restore life to either player. And then this is our hard damage card. This is Planar Insight. Deals 2 damage, plus 1 for each open breach. So it does a minimum of 3. Up to 6, 7 really, and with the plus 1 from the 3rd or 4th breach. So the idea here is I'm going to curate my cards. I'm going to keep my deck small. That means the corruption cards are going to come up a lot. And so I want a lot of healing using Kadir and Brahma to mitigate the downsides of the corruption cards, as well as the focusing orbs to heal Greyfold. So I'm going to try to use the corruption cards to my own benefit, and then I'm going to try to, hold them at bay as much as I can with the Sifter's Pearls. And that way I can at least get my good cards more often. And we're just going to try it out and see. I don't have high expectations. I'm just kind of experimenting. All right, everything's shuffled. Everything's good to go. So we're just going to start. First, we start with the Nemesis. And we get the Corruptor. That's unfortunate. So this guy does 1 damage to Gravehold every turn. But every time you attack him, you gain a corruption card. So really the best way to deal with him is to do 6 damage at once. Obviously, I don't have anything that can come anywhere close to that. So best I can probably do is do 3 damage to him, or 2 damage to him with like Amplify Visions or Spectral Echoes, and just gain 3 corruption cards. All right, we're going to start with Kadir. She's going to prep Spark, and she generates 4 power, and she's going to buy an Amplify Vision. I'm not going to call out all the next hands anymore. Just I feel like it takes a little bit too much time. But you should be able to see them down here. All right. Then we go with Brahma. She's going to prep Buried Light. She also generates 4 power, and she's going to buy an Amplify Vision. Start getting those breaches open. 2. Okay. Nemesis. Corruptor is going to do 1 damage to Gravehold, bringing us to 29, and we draw a card. Tempt. The player with the most crystals in hand, they both have 3, discards all of their crystals, suffers 3 damage, and gains a card from any supply pile that costs 4 or less. So we'll take Brahma. She will discard. Yeah, that's fine. She will discard her. No, we'll take Kadir because I forgot about the power from Buried Light. So Kadir will give up her 3 power, 3 crystals. Sorry. Suffer 3 damage. That brings her to 7. And then may gain any card that costs 4 or less. I'm going to have her take a ruby. All right. Then Brahma's going to go. She's going to cast Buried Light. It's going to do 1 damage to Crooked Mask. I don't want to just attack him 6 times and gain 6 corruption cards, because as soon as the corruption cards are empty, there's only 11 of these, it starts doing direct damage to Gravehold when I'm supposed to gain 1. This also generates a power, so I have 4 power here, which is actually exactly what I needed to open the second breach. That's strange. Yeah, we'll just do that. It's fine. And now we'll allow her to prep both sparks. And we do get Kadir. Same thing. Cast Spark directly on Crooked Mask. And she'll prep 1 spark. And that's it. But she did gain the ruby already. Oops, sorry, I only get 4 cards. So each of them gained Amplify Vision. Kadir gained ruby, and Brahma opened her second breach. Okay, Kadir's going to go again. She's going to cast Spark for 1 to Crooked Mask. She will then spend 3 to open her second breach. Prep, Amplify Vision, and Spark. Okay. Brahma will cast Spark twice. 2 damage to Crooked Mask. 65. Prep, Amplify Vision, and she generates 4 power. And she will... Do I want to step like... Yeah... I'll buy a second Amplify Vision. And then we get Kadir. She's going to cast Spark on Crooked Mask and Amplify Vision to do 2 to the Corruptor. That does make her gain a corruption card, though. Oh, I should have drawn her 5 cards first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the corruption card, yep, goes right there. And that focuses her third breach. And then she has 4, 6, 7 towards a spell. So in that case, she's going to buy Essence Theft and a Jade. Dogs are having fun today. Okay. Let me get Brahma. She's going to cast Amplify Vision, do 2 damage to the Corruptor. And that gives her a corruption. And she generates 4 power. As a focusing orb. Nemesis. Corruptor goes, does 1 damage to Gravehold, draws a card. To discard 3 cards in hand, power 2 unleash. Any player suffers 4 damage. I'm going to discard that using these 3 cards. I don't see why I can't discard a corruption card. That hasn't been played yet. Okay, Nemesis X again. Corruptor does 1 damage to Gravehold, and we draw a card. Unleash. Any player suffers 3 damage and draws a card. So the Unleash it's going to give a corruption to Brahma. I then take discard pile, shuffle it into the deck. She will also take 3 damage. Okay, and she draws a card. Focusing orb. Could have been worse. So I bought 3 Amplify Visions between them. Amplify Visions are great, but I do want all 5 of those focusing orbs. So I was playing with the idea of not using the Amplify Vision. I'm considering swapping that out for Lava Tendril. Just a way to get some extra damage that can just kind of sit there plunking away little 1 damage shots turn after turn after turn. Okay, Nemesis does get to go again. So 1 damage to Gravehold and draw another card. Agony Field, power 2, unleash. Any player discards 3 cards in hand and then draws a card. I can discard by destroying a card that costs 2 power or more. I don't have anything I want to destroy right now to get rid of that. All right, we're going to go to Kadir. She's going to prep 2 sparks, and that ends her turn. Brahma. She has a corruption card. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Focus a breach. Destroy this, which is now a discard. Okay, she's going to prep Buried Light. She's going to use Focusing Orb. Focus her 3rd breach. And then she has 3 power remaining. And she will buy a Sifter's Pearl. Wish things would just kind of stay where they are. Everything just kind of slides around a little bit too easily. All right, 2 sparks. Gonna go off, do 2 damage to Crooked Mask. I will then prep Amplify Vision and Essence Theft. And she generates 3 power. And we'll buy a Spectral Echo. Nemesis, Corruptor goes again. 1 damage to Gravehold. 1 token off Agony Field. And we get Burdened. Players collectively gain 2 corruptions and place them on top of their deck. Any player focuses a breach. 1, 2. And we will open Brahma's 3rd breach. Because why not? And Brahma gets to go. 1 damage, 1 power. Crooked Mask. We will prep 2 Amplify Visions and a Spark. And 2 crystals. She also had the 1 power from Buried Light, so that is 3 power. And she will buy a Spectral Echo. Got 2 corruptions on her next activation. I do not currently have anything I'm willing to destroy in either hand to stop Agony Field. Just kind of something to keep in mind. A little screwed up today. It's time change day on Sunday. So we skipped ahead an hour. My whole routine is just totally thrown off. Feels like I'm 2-3 hours off from my normal schedule. All right, we do get Brahma. Both of these corruptions are gonna activate first. Gain a spell from any supply pile. Okay. I will gain Planar Insight. Gain 3 corruptions. Place them on top of your deck. This is not good. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to hand this off to Kadir too. Greyfold suffers 3 damage. Gain 2 life. And I will hand that off to Kadir as well. So that brings her to 9. Okay. So this Amplify Vision here, I'm going to use to destroy the Corruptor. Now this also focuses the 4th Breach, but it does give her another Corruption card. And then this Amplify Vision will do 3 damage to Crooked Mask, plus 1 from the Spark. So that brings him down to 57, which isn't too shabby. And that will open her 4th breach. So all of her breaches are now open. We'll prep Spark. And with 2 power, she will buy a Jade. Not doing great this game. I'm almost out of corruption cards. They're basically all in there. And their economy is just kind of all over the place. So it can be tough to just get set up and get the cards that you want. I don't have any unstable prisms. I only have 1 ruby. So I kind of have like 1 of each card, effectively, between the 2 of them. Except for Amplify Visions. So it's just, I don't know. It's tough. Oh my god. Look at that. 5 corruption cards. How did that happen? I mean, I know 3 went on the top, but holy crap. That's going to be an interesting turn. Nemesis first, Agony Field goes off. Unleash. Alright, any player discards 3 cards in their hand. Okay. Keep that one. Okay. Any player may discard 3 cards in their hand and then just draw 1 card. That was too much. That's crazy. Yeah. So Agony Field actually helped me. So that's cool. That's crazy. All right, Pain Sower, 11 life. I don't really have damage output set up, but it's okay. Any player suffers 2 damage and a different player focuses a breach. 11 life. Okay, we do get Kadir. So she's going to cast both Amplify Vision and Essence Theft. That's going to focus the third breach and do 5 damage to the Pain Sower. And I will discard a crystal to heal herself 1, bringing her to 8. That leaves me with 3, 5, 6 power towards a spell, and I will buy a Planar Insight. Because I just need to buy all 5 of those Planar Insights as soon as possible. And hope for the best. And she has 2 corruption cards. Craziness. Okay. Kadir's turn again. 2 corruption cards. Gain a relic from any relic supply pile and place it on top of your deck. Suffer damage equal to half its cost, rounded up. Okay. Focusing Orb it is. 2 damage. She can hold on, that's fine. And Insatiable Avarice, suffer 2 damage. Place a gem from the least expensive gem supply pile and place it in your hand. It's Jade. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, hi, you having fun, little girl? Yeah. Okay, Daddy's shooting a video. So that's not terrible. Did take 4 damage. Hey, no, down. Down, you guys. Oh, no jump. No jump. I know. You're having fun. I know. You're having fun. Okay. So the Emerald Shard is definitely going to be used to gain 1 life. That brings Kadir back up to 5. And then we will prep a Spark. And I generate 3 power. And with that 3 power, Sifter's Pearl. Some days they're better than others, the dogs. All right, Brahma, 2 corruption cards. Okay, so this discards my Focusing Orb. But I can shuffle, turn our card back into the deck, right? Yep, and take 1 damage, and I can destroy a non-corruption card, but can't do that. So that ends her turn, but I do get to shuffle in that turn order card. One thing I will keep in mind with this store setup, there is no passive charge generation. So if I want special ability charges, I have to pay for them. There's no cards that grant charges. So basically at this point in the game, I want all the Focusing Orbs, all the Sifter's Pearls, all the Essence Thefts, all the Planar Insights, and then everything's charges, if possible. All right. And I do get Brahma. We're going to prep Buried Light, and she's going to generate 5 power. And that allows both players. I will get rid of that. And with that 5 power, she will buy an Essence Theft. The idea also was using Unstable Prisms and Spectral Echoes to curate the deck. I don't know how possible that really is. Okay. We will take 2 damage on Brahma for the Pain Sower, and that will open the 3rd breach for Kadir. And then Nemesis draws a card. Venomite, 9 life. Does 2 damage to the player with the lowest life. And players may discard a prep spell cost 2 or more to cancel that out. So, this isn't a terrible strategy. I kind of see what I was trying to do here. The thing is, without the charge generation, I mean, what is that? 2 power. 3 power. I mean, their economy is just not rolling at all. And the shuffling really screws that up. So sometimes you're going to have some turns where you get 7, 8 power, and other turns that you get 0. So that I think that passive charge generation is really useful. Because yeah, I mean, I can heal myself 4 life, but it costs me 10 power, 10 Aether. And the That's tough to do when I'm still trying to acquire cards too. Because the deck's just kind of really uncooperative. And it's very, very luck-based. Oh, it's got 9 life. Okay, so we're going to start with Kadir. She's going to cast Spark for 1. Then she's going to prep Spectral Echo Spark. She will focus her 4th Breach. And then she generates 3 power. And buys a Sifter's Pearl. Nemesis gets to go. So we will have Brahma take 2 damage again. Brings her down to 4. So Brahma's at 4, Kadir is at 5. But that opens the 4th breach, so all breaches are open. And we will cancel the Venomite's attack out by discarding the Spectral Echo. And we draw a card. Meet 'em all. 11 life. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Okay. And Brahma gets to go. Spark and Buried Light both do 2 damage apiece. Hey, it's okay. Calm down. It's 4 damage to the Pain Source. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Ow. Hey. Down. Down. Guys. Come on. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Also, hey, no jump. That's enough. That's enough. Calm down. Calm down. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so that did 2 damage to the Pain Sword, generated 1 power. We're going to prep Amplify Vision, Planar Insight, and Spectral Echo. And she has 3 power remaining, and she will buy a Sifter's Pearl. And she does get to go again. So the Spectral Echo, I will use that for 2 damage to kill the Pain Sower. That will also destroy a crystal. The Amplified Vision will do 4 damage, and the Planar Insight does 2 plus 4, so that's 6, 7. So that's a total of 11 damage, and I'll just kill the Need 'em all straight up between those two. Not too shabby. And then we'll prep Spark and Amplify Vision, and we still generate 3 power, and she will buy another Sifter's Pearl. And again, there's those 4 corruption cards in the focusing orb yet again. Okay. And then we get Kadir, and she will cast Spark for 1 on the Venomite. Oh, sorry, but the corruption cards technically go first. So Gravehold takes 3 damage, bringing it to 17. But Kadir gains 2 life, which brings her to 7. She'll hold on. Yeah, she'll give that to Brahma. Gain a spell from any supply pile. Planar Insight. She'll hold on to that. Gain 3 corruptions. So 1, 2. The third does 2 damage to Gravehold. Okay. She'll then prep Essence Theft and Amplify Vision. Crystal is wasted. It's a very interesting playthrough. You just kind of go all over the place. I do have some good damage now. All those breaches are open. That makes the Amplify Vision a 3 damage spell, which is a pretty effective mid-damage spell. Does 4 damage in a 3rd or 4th breach. So, okay, Venomite is going to do 2 damage to Brahma, or I discard a card. I will discard an Amplify Vision. Cancel that out. And then we draw Dispel, Unleash twice. So, can't Unleash. Although I guess the shuffling still activates. And the player with the most expensive prep spell discards their most expensive prep spell. So that's Essence Theft. So the 2 corruption cards would do 4 damage to Greyfold. Brings us to 11. And then they both will shuffle their discard piles into their deck. I could have just one of them do this, but honestly, I think it's kind of a benefit at this point. Look how fat these decks are. This is why I wanted to get some deck curation, because there's just so much going on here. Like, if you acquire a card, how are you ever supposed to get it? But I was hoping to get, a couple of 6 Aether generating turns so I could grab Spectral Echo in and Unset Prism kind of at the same time. At least once for each of them. And I just never really formulated. I've been struggling to get, even 3 or 4 Aether on any of these turns. I wouldn't have these Planar Insights if it wasn't for that Corruption card. Okay. So, Crooked Mass is a very random thing. I do like the healing from Kadir's card. I don't know if I can even get Brahma's up to kind of mitigate those corruption cards, but we'll just see how everything goes. So we Amplify Vision, that's going to do 3 damage plus 1 from the open breach, so that's 4 damage to the Venomite. Bring him to 4. Got to do these 2 first. Suffer 1 damage, deal 2. Okay, so that does 2 to the Venomite. She'll hold on to that. Suffer 1 damage, gain 1 charge. Oh, so there is some passive charge generation. That's it, right there. And she'll keep both of those 2. She will then prep Planar Insight, and she generates 3 power, 4 towards the spell. I'm just going to grab a Sifter's Pearl again. All right, we get Brown. She's got Spark for 2. That's enough to kill the Venomite. Oh, yep, sorry. Keep forgetting. Okay. Discard 2 non-corruption cards. Suffer 2 damage. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Focus Breach, which is useless. Oh. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Look at the top card of your deck. You may destroy it. Sifter's Pearl, no. And suffer 1 damage. You may return any card, cost 0 or more to your hand. Okay. So we're going to have these 2 go to Kadir, because she only has 1 life. And that allows me to prep that Spark again. That ends that turn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we get Kadir. She's going to cast Planar Insight. That is going to do 7 damage. So that's nice. That feels good. To Crooked Mask. And we're going to prep another Planar Insight, and then Essence Theft, and Spectral Echo. The Crystal just gets discarded, and the Emerald Shard will discard to heal Brahma 1. So if I could get her Otherworldly Gate up, there is a situation, I could be, if I end up with a 3 Planar Insights on her, or I could pull out 3 and prep all 3, and that's an extra 21 damage, potentially, using her special ability, on top of whatever else she is able to prep that turn. Alright, we do get Brahma. Spark is going to do 2. Drop Crooked Mask to 48. Prep, Amplify Vision, Spectral Echo, and Buried Light. Sifter's Pearl and Crystal allows each to reveal their top cards. They will both discard those. And with a 3 power, she's just going to buy a charge for now. Try to get that up and running. Nemesis does go next. There is nothing on the board. Twisting Madness. Discard 4 cards in hand and draw 1 card. That's to discard, sorry. Power 2. Grateful gains 3 life. Crooked Mask gains 13. I'm actually going to let that go off, I think, because I don't want to discard 4 cards. Unless they're corruption cards. And I'm not super worried about him healing 13, and the 3 life is actually pretty beneficial. Okay, Nemesis goes again. We take 1 power token off Twisting Madness. Draw a card. Unleash twice, and Grateful suffers 3 damage. That ends the game, so we're not doing that one. So Venomite is coming back into play with 9 life. So the double Unleash would do 4 damage to Gravehold, and then there's the 3 damage, so that would do exactly 7, and that would end the game. So we don't want to do that. So at this point, I still want to buy those last 2 Planar Insights, and I still want to buy all those Focusing Orbs for potential healing, but otherwise I should just be buying charges, I think. I kind of have to abandon my strategy, and it's Hail Mary time. Alright, we do get Kadir. So, Essence Stuffed is worth 4, Planar Insight's worth 7, Spectral Echo is worth 2. And there is 9 life, so we will combine Planar Insight and Spectral Echo to deal 9 damage to the Venomite, killing it. That allows me to destroy a crystal. We will then cast Essence Theft for 4 damage to Crooked Mask. And we will discard a crystal to heal Brahma 1. And then I still generate 5 power. Very nice. And they both get to pick. Oh, yep. Discard. Discard. And with that 5 power, I will buy 2 charges. Not too shabby. Although I didn't get to prep anything, so she no longer has any spells on deck. And there's 2 corruption cards coming up. Okay, Nemesis next. Twisting Madness is going to go off. Unless I want to... No. I could... You know what? I'm just going to discard all 4 of these, I guess. And that allows her to draw a card as well. And that cancels Twisting Madness. But, do pull out the Cauterizer. Old Standby. Has 3 life. All damage done to it is reduced to 1. And it deals damage to players equal to its current life. Alright, so we do get Brahma. I will just use all 3 of these, I guess, to kill the Cauterizer. Not super efficient, but it is what it is. It allows me to destroy a crystal. And I also generate an additional power. Oh, yep, sorry. I need to do the corruption card first. I always forget. Suffer 1 damage. You may destroy a non-corruption card in your hand. Destroy another crystal. And then she gets Planar Insight, Shield Prep, and Sifter's Pearl. Yep. Generates 2 power, and she will buy a charge. Trying to heal her up if I can. So not too shabby. All right, and she gets to go again. Planar Insight is going to deal 7 damage. So that's going to drop Tricky Mass to 37. That's pretty good. Hey, you know, like I said, if I can get that special ability up, maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance. All right, we'll prep Amplify Vision. And this generates 2, 4, 6 power. It's enough for her special ability. And we also get to, yep, they will both discard. So with that, I buy 3 charges. And then I will use Brink Siphon. And that will heal Brahma 4. Bring her up to 6 life. So I now have 6 life on Brahma and 5 on Kadir. Pretty good. Okay, Nemesis card. Nothing on the board. Discard the top 2 cards of the Nemesis deck. Ooh, not good. For each, that's a game ender. Okay. Discard the top 2 cards of the Nemesis deck. For each tier 3 Nemesis card discarded this way, Gravehold suffers 4 damage. So they were both tier 3. So Gravehold takes 8 damage, and that is a loss. I lost. That's unfortunate because I had the ability to heal Gravehold 6. Right there. So, just by a razor wire. No, it wouldn't have been much, but I would have had, 4 or 5 life for Gravehold. And I would have been 1 charge away on Kadir from being able to use her ability. And if I had done that, I would have pulled out 2 Planar Insights and an Essence Theft, which would have been worth 7, 7, and 4. So 18 damage. That would have been half of that. And then there's another 4 damage there. So, borderline. It was okay. Thoughts. Planar Insights, Essence Stuffs, super useful. Need those. Need them. Didn't really use the Focusing Orbs. Amplify Visions weren't fine. I like grabbing those early. I should have grabbed Focusing Orbs when I could. I mean, I was right about to heal with them. So they did take a little bit longer than I would have liked to get to that point. I would have liked to have grabbed a single Unstable Prism and for each of them, and maybe 1 extra Spectral Echo. I should have gone... The Jades are honestly kind of useless. They're just there if I have nothing else that I can purchase. I need those. I need the Sifter's Pearls. I need the Rubies because I need to get Planar Insights and Essence Stuffs. Get that damage going. I don't know. I feel pretty good about it. I don't know if I would really change anything. I'm probably going to just try this again with the exact same setup. I think I just didn't play very well, and the cards, the way they came out, didn't go very well, and the shuffles and everything else, I feel like I got pretty unlucky overall. So I want to try this one more time with the same setup, and that's what we'll go with. Planar Insights are killer. Essence Stuff's great. Lem the heal. Amplify Vision. Help me open my breaches up. Get my offensive up. Ability up. Yeah, and they still do 4 damage in the 3rd and 4th breach. So I think they're a good damage card too. So I just really want to get these as much. If I can afford them, this is what I buy. And if I can't afford them, this is what I buy. Yeah. Maybe should have gotten, instead of getting all Sifter's Pearls, I bought 6 of them. I should have gotten at least 1, traded 1 each for Unstable Prisms for each of them. I would have done that. Yeah. Overall, feel pretty good. I'm going to give that another go. All right, guys. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed. All right. Be good.